fucking bedredded for like fucking another 3 fucking weeks. Discord's my only
Jesus.
fucking
It's your only outlet at this point.
literally. Yo, what the fuck is this? McDonald's and like your seat's a fucking elliptical. What the fuck?
Alright, so I hear
McFitness?
everybody, so I'm gonna go post it into the...
Oh, hello. You look wonderful in that outfit. No, don't make you look fat. Shut the fuck up. What's that one song by Sinatra? You look wonderful tonight. Yeah, that one. That's you. Yeah.
Miso.
Yo, look at this. Jake Paul knocked this dude the fuck out. Look at it. Watch it. Ready? Oh fuck, I don't know why it's on the Alexa. Just watch. Oh, you see that? Oh my god. Oh my god, get away. I don't want to get you sick. Get the fuck out of here.
So Jets is already in here.
Yo, can you make me eggs? Rye bread, please. Thank you.
Alright.
Come here. Let me smack that ass. Come here.
Who the hell are you talking to?
His dog.
My dog.
Man, that's a little disturbing.
Alright, we got 3 people watching.
Go get the peanut butter.
Packers missed their game
No.
time, so here I am.
Oh, good.
I mean, I guess we could start at this point. Some people are tuning in.
Oh, it's time.
So
Babe, pass me that bong.
we have the Panthers and Seahawks playing right now, which is game of the week, but isn't looking too much like game of the week. So
Panthers whooping on them.
yeah, it's 20-6. I mean, most of the people pick Panthers anyway, so it was kind of expected.
Right.
Oh,
He seems like a good user.
I think only
Yeah.
2 people picked
we get
the
high
Seahawks.
as a kite out here tonight.
Yeah,
One
I
of them
think-
was that bum, the Jets.
Yeah, it was. It was the Jets.
You like the
I don't know. I guess we could start with the Colts talking, because right now I have the Vikings user, Colts user, and Chargers user with me. Colts is on here actually to represent the commissioners, and I believe it's because they have a message that they want to relay to us. So I could maybe let Colts start off with what he has to say.
Yeah, we just kind of wanted, like, things got a little bit out of hand lately. Some people in the chat between the Ravens with his stat padding and then persistent poking of the bear, if you will, as he continued. And then, yeah, like, I mean, things got a little crazy, but it really shouldn't have been anything. Like, we're all here to have some fun. And I think we've tried since the start of this league to be more than just a group of guys that play Madden. We've tried to make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more of a community. And things like that are the things we're trying to avoid, right? That toxic users in the chats that are constantly bringing everything down. So I think basically we just want to get back to what it was when everybody was getting along. We were having a good time. You could talk your shit, do whatever you want, but there's no point in running up scores on people. There's no point in, if you're up big, trying to score touchdowns just to get your guy some stats or whatever. And if somebody says something, I mean, there's no point in attacking them, right? I don't know. Like, it just seems like there's only a few, and where the guys will just, one, they're extremely defensive if you say that they did something wrong, but also they're quick to attack other people for the same things. So I don't know. Like if there's something we can do, and anybody's got any suggestions, we're open to listening. But
Yeah, give
right
the
now,
Vikings an X factor.
right, right now we're going to try to get back to some of the basics, make the league more fun again, and I don't know. There's really not too much to say about it. And then
So
one of
what
the
he
other
means is ice cream on the commissioners. All right.
there you go, there you go. I'll send you a GIF or something with some ice cream. But then there was some other comments, like some people who made that we're trying to get rid of competition, which isn't the case at all. We've consistently tried to keep this league kind of balanced. We don't want superstars in here. Guys that are whooping up on everybody makes it no fun for anybody else. If you can look at the schedule at the beginning of the season and say X teams are going to be in the Super Bowl and this team's probably going to win it, it's no fun for anybody else. I mean, if you don't have a shot, then what's the point in playing? So,
Yeah, and I think that the league is kind of balanced. Like if you look at the standings and everything, there's a lot of teams that are getting better, obviously because of the offseason or the moves that they made. So that's kind of what you want. Obviously, there is the top teams that are going to win regardless, but with the Ravens being gone, the Eagles being gone, that probably helped since
right.
they were the top guys. But at the same time, it's a matter of like not being childish, right? Like the other day was a little out of hand and seemed like a lot of emotions were playing a factor in it. Um, I don't know. I mean, to be like, I've never lost a game in Madden that badly in my life, let's say, just so you could get that person kicked out of the league kind of thing, probably shouldn't be done. Like I just saying like that. Maybe that's just me. I don't know, but like it happens, right? Blowouts happen for whatever reason. Madden is not perfect, so sometimes you are going to lose, and blowouts happen. I mean, it's not to say, oh, that person beat the crap out of me, so they need to be kicked. They're too good for this league. Like, it happens,
Yeah.
right?
Right, and I mean that's one of the top rules, right? Is that we all understand blowouts happen, man. I've gotten my ass whooped by people that I've beat before. I mean it happens. Um, that doesn't mean that somebody's too good to be in here. And honestly, I mean if the guys are in here and they're kind of whooping up on people, but they're following the rules and they're contributing to the chat and stuff like that, then we're not going to have a problem with them. But I mean, if you're going to come in here
Jets.
and whoop, if you're going to come in here and whoop up on everybody and then turn around and be an asshole, then like the hell do we want you for, really? So,
Yeah.
Question: what was the deal with Eagles popping into the chat?
so
And how did he just get summoned from the dead? He's playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards out
That
here.
probably shouldn't have happened, to be honest.
probably shouldn't have happened. And I mean, that was addressed. So I believe it was the Steelers, and he owned up to it and said that it was a mistake. Basically, what happened was that the Eagles left on his own. So evidently, the Eagles and Steelers talk or in another league together or something. But I think the Steelers had mentioned to the Eagles about what was it that Cardinals user, and the Eagles
Madden
knew
Demon,
him.
the one that I told you guys about.
Right. So I think what happened was he mentioned it to him, and the guy said, well, if that's the competition you guys are going to have in the league, I might as well come back. So I think the Steelers thought he was coming back to ask to play again, right? He brought him in to talk to the commissioners to ask him if he could come back in, but that turned out to not be what he was there for at all. So that was an honest mistake, I guess. No real ill intentions, just didn't turn out right. So
And then, do you think the way Madden Demon was booted was okay?
no. And that's part of the reason the Jets stepped down or was put back to the regular ranks was because while we all agreed in the end that the guy needed to go, right, but it just wasn't handled right at the time. So,
Because
and we
normally
can't
you
do that.
use
Like,
with like you use strike, like you use strikes basically to determine if someone should be booted or not. Like you can't just boot them right away, right?
we try to use strikes. With him, that probably wouldn't have happened because of the way he won his game and being new. We like to give leeway to users that have been here. If you show up and have been here for 2 weeks and do something really stupid, well, then I mean you're probably not going to get the benefit of strikes. But if you've been here a season or 2 seasons or whatever, then you're more than likely going to get a chance, right? Because we know that's not normal. So
Yeah. All right. So I think we addressed what needed to be addressed. I think everybody agrees that the other day was a little out of hand. Matt and Demon did get booted in the end, so hopefully we can go back to playing football like we've been doing and having fun. And yeah, we could talk trash and stuff, but at least like keep it within the game and not personal also. So
right,
Bears, if you're watching, I hate you.
and you know you guys are running a league too, and so I mean you know what it's like to try to recruit.
Oh yeah,
and
for
fill
sure.
these
I'm way
teams.
different in this league than I am in my league, and I know how you guys feel as commissioners, 100%.
Right, but I mean, like you know what it's like to fill a team, and you know what it's like to
Oh
get that
yeah,
one guy that comes
exactly.
in and starts causing problems. It's easier just to
Just
get him out of
going.
there before anything terrible happens. I mean,
Yep.
the Ravens had been in our league since we started, and I'm not really sure if any of you guys were there, but they like in the beginning we had reboot after reboot after reboot because we started. I don't know. It was in the spring I think of this year, so we were late into a Madden to begin with, and then we had some roster issues, and then people were whining about not having updated rosters and all this stuff. So a guy like that had been here from the beginning, like we wanted to give him a chance. We weren't gonna kick him out, but I mean the show he put on, it was unacceptable.
and like
Yeah,
he
was
wasn't a bad
dog shit.
guy. Like he wasn't like he was a good user. He played his games, this and that. It was just
He was a kid.
like it was
Yep.
brought up multiple times. Like he's being punished, and yet he's like kind of making fun of people by like posting gifs and stuff like that. I think that's what ultimately
Yeah,
got
like
him out. So
that's the last bear anyone should be poking is that Bengals
Yeah.
user. Like that dude loves everyone and just loves the league and just like
He sure as hell
no
does.
one should be ever going at him. And if you go at Bears, fuck you. If anyone is going at him, you have a problem with me. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
Because that
and
dude is like our mascot. That is the league mascot.
well, and it's not just that too, right? Like he refused to accept responsibility for like anything he did. He tried to back it up and say, "Oh, I didn't do that. That's not how it went." You know, like all the excuses in the world. When we all do some emotional things in the game, and like Vikings, I think I've done it in your league, but I mean, like I also owned up to it, right? Like,
No,
so
yeah.
yeah, that was a mistake. Like I shouldn't have done that. So, and that's part of it, right? We can let people have a little bit of slack if they at least admit that they've done something wrong. But if you're not willing to admit you've done something wrong, the odds are you're going to do it again. So, but
for sure.
I think
Um,
it's really about all I got. Unless you guys got some questions.
I mean, I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, I
I
don't
want
think we
your
have to
Super
go
Bowl
into too
prediction.
much detail. Yeah.
You want my Super Bowl prediction?
Yep.
So at this point, it's kind of tough. I think I believed that the Jets was gonna do it, and maybe he's still gonna
I think
do
he's
it now
gonna
that
get
everybody.
upset.
But I think I don't know. He's on a little bit of a losing streak. Uh, I think maybe the Panthers they're still up there. I think Chiefs. I've seen some stuff about the way you've been playing. I mean,
I
you
can't
got a
explain it to
shot
be
now.
honest. Yeah, I've been playing really well lately. I don't know what's going on. I did not expect
Yeah,
that game yesterday against the Black Knights, so yeah.
Watch Tyreek Hill torch that man yesterday.
Yeah, I mean he only caught 2 passes, but I don't know, it was maybe more, but yeah.
like I think it's kind of open, which is kind of nice, right?
Yeah.
Is that without the new Ravens user is he's decent. He's
He's playing
one
well.
is the
Yeah.
Ravens, but
That's the
he's
French guy,
nothing.
right? Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's nothing too special. I mean, he's not gonna whoop on anybody real bad or anything. I don't
Oh no,
think.
no.
Wizards has
He's
been playing
perfect to
well,
have the
but
raisins.
right, he is. When I played him, actually, like I love the fact that he doesn't just run Lamar. He doesn't roll out a lot. Like he plays a solid game. But you know, Wizards has played decent lately. I think he's got several CPU games in there though, so Panthers is I've never played him. I don't think I've even watched one of his streams yet, so I couldn't tell you much about him.
He looks
The
decent though.
Colts, they're
Yeah.
gonna fall off. They can't seem to win the big games. I think my big win was the Chiefs earlier in the year.
Yeah, that was a good
Other
game.
than that, I mean, yeah, that was a good one. I mean, I got a little bit lucky. You were being super aggressive in that one, so. But other than that, like, I don't know. I mean, I played the Black Knights. He whooped up on me, but Chiefs just whooped his ass. So
I mean, like I was saying yesterday in the chat, I had a +10 play recognition, +10 break tackle, +10 tackle for that game.
Yeah.
So I
Man, I
mean,
saw
and
that.
it's like to everybody. So I mean, I do
Yeah.
think that helped me a lot because the last time we played, Black Knights actually beat me, and I did think
Right.
it was going to be a close game anyways. So I didn't expect that at all.
I think if Titans can claw his way back into it after a slump early or rough start to
To
the
that
season, I think
broken ass team.
I think he's got some potential to put up a fight
He
too.
did that to the team himself. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I guess he just doesn't focus on the run game, so it's
Right. So
he thought he could get some assets, which he did.
and as Chiefs has proven, right, you can take anybody and turn him into a star running back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it takes a little bit of work. So
Why TJ Logan wasn't known before this season, or
right, and now he's rated right up there with Jonathan Taylor. So
yeah, he's like I don't even know what he's at right now. Like he just keeps going up, but
he just keeps going up.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
we
it's-
first played, I was like, who is this guy? And why is he running all over me?
I'm gonna go take a look.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I was just about to pull him up as well.
I have him at
So
a
he's up to a
94.
94. Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah.
man, he's 1 point behind Jonathan Taylor overall.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, once you get up that high, then it kind of starts to slow down, right?
Yeah.
But that's impressive. I mean, take a free agent and in a season and a half or so, turn him into a
Potential
monster.
MVP.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got to remember to start feeding Jonathan Taylor in the passing game so that I can get him into that MVP conversation. It's a little too late this year, but
Fuck. How the
Yeah.
fuck?
So I saw that the Panthers actually beat the Seahawks for game of the week. I think it was like 35-12 or something like that. So everybody's going to be getting +2 if you chose the Seahawks. What sucks for the Panthers, that was brought up to me by the Jets in the chat, is that none of them blocked the game. So
Ooh.
unfortunately, they won't be getting a point for that.
Boy.
yeah, it's kind of a pain. That'll hurt you, and we've had complaints about that too. But I mean, if you don't lock the
Roll's a
game, then
roll.
people are making
Yeah.
picks after the game starts, especially if it's streamed. You know, they're watching it and they're putting in their picks, and if we're not paying attention, then people are just getting free points. So
Plus, rules are rules, right? Like it's
Yeah.
something simple
I mean-
to follow, and
yeah, and they're all there for a reason. I mean, when we started this out, we tried to make as little rules as possible, but unfortunately, over time, I mean, you get users that abuse things, and next thing you know, there's a rule for everything. So.
yeah.
Sunflower.
So I don't know if you guys want to go through some of these standings, or since we're in the playoff push right now, and see who's gonna make it or who could potentially make it.
Yeah.
If we look at AFC North, pretty easy. Ravens already locked up the division. They're making the playoffs. Might even get the number 1 seed. So, AFC South, looking like the Colts. You have 3 games up on the Titans. So, unless you have a complete meltdown, I'm assuming you'll win your division.
No, I mean it's tough, right? I think I got Titans. Well, so now that the old Eagles user left and we got the Patriots over there, that might help a little bit. And I think I got to play the Chargers.
Yeah.
So-
Last game of the week.
Yeah, and then I got to play
Or last
the
game of the season.
old Thunderbirds too. Who's I don't know.
Got
He's
a
always
good
been a tough
defense.
one for me.
Yeah,
He
he's got a
does. I
good
think the last
defense.
time I played him, it was like 10-3 or something like that, ten
I
to
did,
six.
I
Like,
did see that.
so
Um, yeah, I mean, the only thing with Thunderbirds, he has a great defense. It's his offense that needs a little bit more improvement, and then he'll be a tough opponent every time. But
the thing with him is if you can get him down, he he's really good at running the ball. But if you can get him down a couple
he
scores, he
forces the passes.
panics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
panics a little
anybody,
bit.
right?
And
A lot of
yeah,
people do that. You get down early, you start feeling like you have to pass it, and then you force it. And to be honest, I remember when I played you, that's exactly what happened. I got down early, it was like 14-0 or something, and then
right.
I just felt the need to bomb it to Tyreek Hill or to McLaurin. And if you're able to
Yep.
stop it, I mean, there's nothing I can do at that point. It was just done. That's kind of what happened yesterday with the Black Knights too. Like he got down early and then started forcing things,
That's exactly what happened.
and I just
I was in
locked
his
I locked
chat.
everything down. Like it was, yeah. So it can be frustrating when you're down early and then you're forcing things. But he's gonna be good. I'm not worried about it. Like he's already got that great defense. It's his offense that's gotta get a little bit better. But in the future,
Right.
he's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that defense is pretty fucking good. He kicked my ass last time I played him. I'm like, why do I keep turning it over? Like,
Yeah,
And like his
he's
defense is
good.
young too. Like
yeah,
they're like 20, 21, 22. Like they're all rookies. Like they're gonna be playing together for a while too. So
Yeah, he's building a team. Whether or not he can pull it all together by the time we end up in Madden 23, then that, that'll to be seen. I mean, it's tough, right? If you start building a
yeah.
young team, you get all those draft picks and stuff like that. But I think he's still sitting on a decent amount of draft picks this year, and each year those draft picks become less valuable because you can't develop them. So
yeah, I actually have a suggestion I'm gonna make offline about that we can do. But let's continue. AFC East. So AFC. Oh, it's AFC East. Jets. Jets are 9-4. Dolphins 7-6. There's what 3 or 4 games left. He's got a 2-game lead. I'm assuming the Jets will win this division, especially since I'm pretty sure he already beat the Dolphins in their first matchup, or their 2 matchups if they played. Um, the question is, do we see the Dolphins making the playoffs? So they're right on the bubble. They
Nope.
could, but no.
yeah, I think that
Got to
playoff
go
race
through
is
a
probably
really
going to be a
tough
little.
game this week.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know who he has to play. I'll go pull up his schedule
I,
real quick.
I mean the playoff picture's showing the Dolphins in the 7 seed right now. I mean,
Yeah, he's ahead of me because of a tiebreaker. I'm like, that's so close.
Oh yeah,
He's got
so
a he's got a tough game this week.
he plays Vikings, then he plays the Raiders, the Bills, and then he finishes with the Jets. So I see 2 of those games being really tough. 2 of those other games that he could win, although the Raiders, despite his record, was tough. Like I had a hard time beating them. So
That's speed.
I mean, it's Dolphins. It's up to you, but you definitely have a tough schedule coming up. So uh, I'm gonna say
yeah,
I
and
don't think he will, but
it's tough. I mean, I see. Let's see, at least 2 out of the next 4 games for the Jets are potential losses. He's got the Patriots CPU, and then that final game against the Dolphins. So I mean, anything's possible. I think
yeah.
he could potentially steal the division, but it's going to take some work.
That leads us to, I think, the toughest division in the AFC, which is AFC West.
Yes.
I think with the win I got over the Black Knights yesterday, I think I locked up the division. Um, but potentially Black Knights and the Chargers could make the playoffs. I mean, could be interesting. And you even have the Raiders at 6-7 after this week. So I mean, they're just below 500. If they win, they could still be 7-7 too. So everybody's 500 or better in this division. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about this Chargers or
Yeah, I mean, like, I think Black Knights is going to be pretty much locked for the playoffs. You're locked for the division, I feel like. And then I really just need to beat the Raiders this week. But
Okay, so you're playing the
he's got
Raiders?
a solid, yeah, he's got a solid team, and I had trouble last time I played him because like his receivers are way too fast for my defensive backs, and I tried covering them one on one. Not smart, but
No.
I feel like it can go either way. And
So, in that case, I just want to go see actually at your depth chart. Just this is something I'd like to do. Is I like to see how matchups go for corners and receivers. Um, I mean, you got Asante Samuel that's got 93 speed, but if not, you guys are under 90.
Super
Um,
stout.
yeah,
so I mean, what you're gonna have to do, and I think I did a lot of it too when I played him, is you can't man up against him because you're done. If you man up, like he's just gonna roast you. You have to like play a lot of zone.
yeah,
Um,
which helped last time after I think I was down a little bit, but then got back ahead, and then just dumb shit on offense that got him back in the game, and then
yeah,
it went to overtime, and then I was able, I think I was able to pick him off in the end zone and then kick the game-winning field goal. So it was definitely back and forth.
yeah. Like I said, I played him just before I played the Black Knights game, and it was tough also. Like
Yeah,
I came out with the win, but like it wasn't easy. And whenever he knew he needed a touchdown, it was kind of like I could do too, where I could just bomb it up to Tyreek Hill. Well, he was able to just bomb it to Henry Ruggs and get that touchdown on one play. So
yeah.
it's limiting that. Yeah.
As long as Derrick Henry ain't breaking 5, 6 tackles on a 75-yard touchdown run, I'll be fine. I feel like, but that man
I think that's the
is,
key is you limit Derrick
yeah,
Henry to not let him get his X factor. You have a chance. If he gets his X factor, it's done. I think because
it's gonna be a long day.
yeah. So what do we got next? I'll pull up the standings again.
So a
We'll
little
talk
off
about
topic,
mine.
real quick. Like I was just looking at the Titans depth chart. He only has 3 receivers on his team.
Yeah, I
What?
noticed that.
He's got 3 wide receivers and then 3 tight ends for his wide receiver depth chart.
Huh.
That's weird. And does he have cap issues?
I
Or he's
don't know
just
if he
like
does or
I'm
not. I
I'm
wouldn't
just
think so.
Was
he's
there a
just
big
running like
penalty
that.
when he got rid of Henry?
Probably.
It was like
Oh,
15,
yeah.
15, 16 mil, I'm sure.
Yeah, because he had just signed a deal, a couple years ago? I think 2 years ago.
2 years max. Like, yeah.
So,
Let's go to team
It
salaries.
might have been it might have been
I
last
mean,
year for 4 years, so
he's negative cap space right now, actually.
Ooh,
so
yeah,
that's why he's like that.
yeah,
And I mean,
he
he's
has.
got guys like Stephon Diggs and Julio Jones
That
as his
just
top
take
2
up a
wide
lot, yeah.
receivers. Yeah, I mean, that right there is over 100 mil in his total contracts.
But he did it because he
Those
likes to
Jets
air the
playing
ball
this
out. Like
game
he
right
likes to
now.
pass, so he got
Right.
rid of Henry to get receivers, and
Yeah.
I mean he's up
Jets
there
and
in passing
Packers are playing
yards.
right
So.
now. That's a good game. Ooh, I
Um,
need Jets to win that game.
so we'll bring up the NFC North, which is the toughest division in the NFC, probably the toughest division in the league. Uh, you
Man, fuck
got
that division.
Vikings 9-4, Packers 8-5, Bears 7-6, Lions 7-6. Uh,
We're on our way to Mexico when we
I
get a
think it's
first
tough to
round
say
exit.
who's gonna win this division, who's gonna make the playoffs. Like obviously
Well,
all
so
four of them can't.
I
So
feel like I'm gonna win it just because I feel like, no offense to the next 2 users, but my next 2 games are pretty like, they're not that hard, as in I'm taking on the Dolphins and the Rams. I've played both of them before and I know how they play. But then after that, I'm just hoping that the Packers, because the Packers is in the tough part of his schedule right now. He's playing the Jets right now. I need the Packers to lose and the Bears to lose. I also play the Packers one more time. If I can beat the Packers, I can lock up the division.
yeah, I mean that's fair.
That's how I feel.
Packers are playing right now, so if he
Yeah, I'm
wins,
watching.
he's 9-5. He's like half a game
If
behind
he
you
wins,
until
he's
you
not made for
play.
the fucking league.
It's a tie
Like
game right
if he
now. It
beats the
looks like it's gonna
Jets,
be a
oh my
shootout.
god.
So I mean, again, to be fair, the Ravens beat the Jets, but he was missing Zach Wilson. So
Yeah.
Anything can
And
happen.
I think the Jets was drunk
Oh
on
no,
his
anything
birthday
can
too.
happen. The Packers lost to
Yeah,
the
it was his
Cowboys.
birthday. Yeah. Um, NFC South. This is a very interesting division. You got the Wizards at 10-3, the Panthers 11-3. I don't know if they have another matchup against each other or not, but they're both going to make the playoffs. It's just who's going to get the division. It's going to come down to their schedules pretty much. NFC East, Eagles already locked. They're 12-1. The Bulls are 7-6. And somebody that's surprising me is actually the Giants. I
Oh,
know they
picked
had a
off.
terrible start, and they're actually 6-8 right now. So he seems to be turning
Jets,
things
Jets,
around.
Jets.
And then the NFC West. Again, this division, it feels like nobody wants to win it, but you got the 49ers at 8-5, so they're probably going to win the division since everybody else is under 500. But easily the worst division in the NFC and maybe even the league. I don't know.
Yeah,
Y'all need a
looks like
spot.
it.
Y'all need a user in that division. Oh yes, yes. Kick that field goal, baby.
Wow.
Put yourself up.
You guys want to talk about stats a little bit or MVP race or anything like that?
We know TJ Logan is leading the race.
He's not. He's actually not.
No, Lamar
And
Jackson came and took
Let's
it.
talk about the rookie one again. How am I doing there?
we can go through it, but so it's
Just
actually
masturbating.
like the Chargers mentioned. I believe it's Lamar Jackson that is leading for MVP. Simply because since the new user took over, he's doing quite a bit of rushing, and that's what's been helping Lamar Jackson move up in the MVP race. Um, Coach of the year is actually Chargers. Like I said last
Yeah.
time, they went from number one pick in the draft to 7-6 and still going, so potentially making the playoffs. So
Bro, how the
seems
fuck
right
am
that
I
he would
not?
win Coach of the Year.
I don't even know what the reward is, but
Highlights.
No idea. If we go through AFC for Offensive Player of the Year, Lamar Jackson, you got TJ Logan, you got Jonathan Taylor. Chargers has Eckler on here. So,
Jesus, dog.
Defensive Player of the Year, you got some guys from the Colts. You got Julian Blackman, you got Jalen Thompson, geez, Darius Leonard.
In
Okay,
a sunflower.
you definitely got
Yeah,
some
that
defense.
kind of kills me, right? Is I got guys in those races, but there's so many of them that my team works well together. There's no real standout.
I mean, you still got three guys on there in the top 10, so that's pretty impressive. Um, Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to come down to the QBs, obviously, the two QBs that got picked first in the draft. So, Black
Espinosa.
Knights, yeah, Black Knights Emilio Espinosa, and the Chargers Adam Cutler.
Yeah.
Not sure if he's related to Jay Cutler, but if he's going to win Rookie of the Year, probably not.
I hope not,
There's
because
another one there that we're not mentioning.
Yeah, that's in the NFC. You could calm down.
Okay.
Um, just going through. Oh, the Bats has somebody on here. Lynn Harris, that's his wide receiver. Jets have like three players on here, so they're developing.
Oh, I wonder why.
If you look at Defensive Rookie of the Year, Thunderbirds has three of them. So
That defense is fucking stacked.
makes sense that
yeah.
he has a great defense. I have somebody on here. I don't even know who he is. Matt Lampman. No idea who he is or what position he plays, but he's on there.
Hey, I've got a corner in there that Jerome
Yes!
Clemens.
Jets, Jets.
That Jerome Clemens, but I mean, I think he's only played. I think he
Let's
got some
fucking
substitution time in.
go!
That's fine.
But that was about it.
So
Yeah, me and
Thunderbirds
Bears are
actually
in
has
here
four.
yelling, let's go Jets.
Four players out of 10 on the Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's crazy. Best
Jets.
QB, Lamar Jackson, and the two
Jets.
rookies. Best running back, you got TJ Logan, Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris. I saw Eckler on there.
I unlocked a new
top
suit.
5.
Best wide receiver. It's actually Jalen Waddle. O-line. So Colts has a very good O-line. He has 3 guys on here.
Ooh.
D-line. A couple of Colts players again.
I didn't even realize Aaron Donald was on the Browns now.
Yeah, there's a few
Oh
trades
yeah,
that have
that
been made.
that defense is scary. That defensive line is scary.
I'll go take a look at the NFC real quick. So NFC Offensive Player of the Year, you got Leonard Fournette, who's in the running for MVP also. Miles Sanders, Justin Fields, who's winning on defense. So defense is
Yo,
Jamal Adams with the
I wish I
Eagles.
got fired.
Probably should have
You gotta
lost some more
switch.
games then.
I'm gonna have to try that next season.
So we got the Offensive Rookie of the Year, just like Vikings wanted. And last time we were on here, you were third with Colt Williams. Now you dropped.
And
You're
now
actually
we're
fourth.
6.
No, you're fourth.
Uh,
Charles Linder from the Panthers is leading, and then you got a couple of Giants players on here.
bro, I shut them down. How are they up there?
No idea. You got Max Roach for Defensive Rookie of the Year in second place.
Okay, not bad. Not
Paul
bad.
Johnson from the
Pretty much.
49ers is first.
I don't know why
And
he
then
hasn't gotten up.
you got your Gregory Floyd on here also.
Oh, George Floyd. That's my boy.
For Best QB, Colt Williams is eighth.
Well,
So you got to step it up.
he's got to stop throwing fucking picks. That's what it is.
So obviously best running back, Leonard Fournette. Oh, J.K. Dobbins made the list at 9. Okay, I'll just scroll through them. So best O-line is Eagles and Wizards pretty much. I'm
Jesus.
guessing since they run a lot.
Wow.
Jets, Jets.
Just scrolling through these. Best linebacker. Best DB, Jamal
What the
Adams.
fuck am I doing here? Perform.
Oh,
air launch.
Vikings got the best kicker in the NFC.
Oh shit.
There you go.
Dev game coming.
You guys want to talk about the playoff picture a little bit? See what we think.
Yeah.
So do we think AFC, the Ravens get the number 1 seed, you think?
I think because Colts are 10-3, you're 11-3, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys are only really 1 game behind. So I don't think he has it locked. I think there's definitely potential to lose it to either you or Colts, depending on how his next games go.
For sure. If we were to look at playoffs right now like this, so you got Ravens number 1 in the AFC, Eagles number 1 in the NFC. If the Colts were to play the Dolphins in the first round, even though this might not happen, is it Colts winning or Dolphins?
I'm going to take my vote for the Colts.
Same. I'd probably go Colts.
I'd probably go Colts too. Although Dolphins, I know, is not a bad user.
Yeah.
But obviously he's 7th for a reason. So, looking at Chiefs and Titans, I mean, obviously I'm going to take myself. I played Titans in the season 2 and I beat them, so there is that could be considered.
Yeah, I'd probably take Chiefs as well.
And so the Panthers, or not the Panthers, but the Ravens got Panthers, Wizards, Steelers for their remaining 3 games.
That's tough.
Yeah.
And I know my schedule is a little bit easier than that. So, because I got Seahawks, Chargers, and Bats to finish the season.
Got to watch out, Bats, with those upsets, man.
Yeah. It's a trap game. I mean, I might even be resting guys at that point, so who knows? But
Right.
and then it would lead to a Jets and Black Knights matchup, which is pretty interesting. So I mean,
That's gonna be a good one.
that would be probably the best matchup. I think the Jets would win, but still, Jets being a 4th seed is kind of surprising to me. since I know he is a very good user.
Yeah.
I'd probably take the Jets though. Looking at the NFC, you would have the Wizards and the Bears, which I don't know, to be honest. I think the Bears could actually upset in that matchup. Just
I think
because
it's
Yeah.
Bears is a
possible.
good user.
Yeah.
yeah, he's good at passing. I think he has, or he's in the seeding that he is now just because of how tough his division is. If he was in another division, I think he could easily be a division leader. So I
Yeah.
do
And I
think the
don't
Bears could win that matchup.
Yeah, touchdown Jets. Woo
see,
woo.
see I gave the Bears one of their losses, and
Jets. Let's go, Tank.
and that was one of those games that the Bears was never going to win. I mean, it didn't matter what I did. He couldn't have won that game. Madden was on my side.
Yeah,
So
it happens.
he's
I mean, those games happen
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of disappointed that Madden tilted the game in my favor so much because I was expecting a good game, but I mean it didn't happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, kind of
So
like me yesterday with the Black Knights game, like that. I'm still
right.
shocked about it. But those
That
games
man couldn't
happen,
do
so
nothing.
he really couldn't. Which would lead us to if playoffs were if the playoff seeding is the way it is now in the playoff picture, then you'd have the Vikings versus the Packers in the first round, which is
No.
probably a great matchup,
Fuck
a
no.
game that people would want to watch.
I
Vikings
don't
doesn't
want
want
that
to play the
schedule.
Packers because he wouldn't have to. He doesn't want to have to schedule with him at like 3 a.m.
Bro. It's not even like,
Oh,
I'm not
Packers
even
scored a touchdown.
exaggerating.
No, I get it. But it's still on paper, that's a great matchup that people would want to see just because it's division rivals facing off and two good users
I am
facing
not
off.
playing him on his schedule for the playoffs and like waking up at 12 a.m. to fucking play him just for playoffs. I'm not doing that.
All right, so it was confirmed it's going to be a fair sim if they play each other in the playoffs.
No, it's confirmed that it's going to be 5:30 after I eat dinner, after I got my fucking steak and blowjob, and then we'll play.
And then that leads us to 49ers and Panthers with the 4 and 5 seed. Which
Oh wait, this just in. Wife said no blowjob. Okay. Tank blowjob.
So 49ers,
No.
Panthers. I would take the Panthers just because they got a better record and seems to be
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, I don't think the playoff picture will look like this, but as of right now, it's just an idea of what it would look like or what it could potentially look like.
Yeah, I mean, like the Eagles got 4 losable games coming up. I mean, especially with the new user, so they're likely to fall off that 1 seed.
Yeah,
New user is
So-
not bad though,
He's not bad, but I mean, so he's got to play Lions.
and
I
he's
get to play
got,
him.
bro, he's got weapons on that team. Dallas Goedert at X Factor, Miles Sanders at X Factor. Like all he needs is a QB, and that team's set. Like
Right. Well, they got Jalen Hurts.
that guy sucks. Coming from an Eagles fan.
Keanu. Fuck, I'm late. So Keanu was actually supposed to be on the show, so that's why it's kind of funny.
Oh, good morning.
So yeah, you're a little bit late. Yeah, so Eagles, I don't think they will get the number 1 seed, just like we mentioned, because
The Vikings
he's
will.
got a tough schedule. He's got a tough schedule coming up. If I look at the standings real quickly, like we said, we don't think the Dolphins will make the playoffs. It's gonna come down to Titans or Chargers, I believe, for that last spot. Or Titans are already in there, so Chargers then, if you're able to win.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know what your remaining. You said you have the Raiders. So you have Raiders this week. You have me next week, I believe, or no?
Oh, great.
The week
You want
after.
a tank?
I think it's the week after. So you have Raiders. I play the Seahawks next week, so it's the week after.
Yeah, so I have Raiders,
If you want to win, I got
then
cash out.
Bills, and then Chiefs. As long as you don't have that plus 10 play recognition and all that other
I
shit.
I have it
You
against the
had that last
Seahawks.
game.
I have it against the
Oh no,
Seahawks too,
yeah,
unfortunately.
he got it again. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
great. Hopefully that doesn't keep rolling.
Yeah, hopefully not, but uh yeah, I mean the Raiders, if you could beat him,
Yeah,
that'll help. The Bills, I mean, the Bills have been getting better, but they should still be beatable. Um,
yeah.
and then it comes down to our matchup, and I don't know who you play. And then you play the Colts, you said. So you have two really tough
Yeah.
games out of those four.
I got two
So
very winnable ones. I mean, the score against the Raiders looks a little closer than it should have been, just because I was like up like 42 to 35 and the ball in his red zone, and then this guy just read the play and took it back. So it's
mm,
it's doable. For that one, it's just gonna mainly be the Chiefs and Colts that I gotta look forward to.
um, any records you're looking at and kind of surprised that it went that way? Like
The Vikings.
for me, the Steelers. Like Steelers were a playoff team at like 12-5 last season or something, and I don't think he's making the playoffs. And he's made some big moves to help his roster, and it still hasn't been helping him out. So who knows?
Yeah, I thought getting Russ and DK that would like get him
I mean, he's
up
got
there.
Russ, he's got DK, he's got Swift with his Najee Harris already. Like
Jesus.
he's got weapons, and it's just not. They're just not producing at this point. Like
Yeah.
so, he kind of surprised me this season that he like fell off the way he did. Um, yeah, I don't know if there's anybody else that you guys are kind of surprised by, or
Um, I haven't been here the whole time, so it's hard to tell.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Compared to last season, you weren't here, so.
yeah.
Um,
I think the 49ers continues to surprise me. Like, at least in 21, he was a pretty pretty good user.
yeah,
Seems to have fallen off to
and like
22
I
a
think
little
he's
bit.
got a
he
little
was
bit of
really good, yeah.
family issues going on now, so he's not really
Yeah.
playing to his full potential.
Got it.
Because I know he's
That
good
makes sense.
too, and he was another opponent that when I played him, I just shut everything down, and he had no chance.
I mean, Packers just tied it up against the Jets.
Fuck.
That's looking like a good game. Um, so for passing yards, I mean, it looks like Justin Fields is leading by almost 500 yards. So he's probably going to be the leader in passing yards.
Yeah, he's got
Touchdown
the luck.
passes. Surprise is it's Tua. I mean, the Dolphins seem to be passing a lot, and he's passed for 43 touchdowns on the season, so he's having a pretty good season touchdown wise. Um, interceptions though, you always want to see it. Daniel Jones, 43 interceptions.
What?
Mac Jones, 38. Dak Prescott, 38.
Damn.
You could see why these teams have losing records.
Yeah.
The Bears too, though. Surprisingly, I mean, he's
Uh,
got
yeah.
4,500 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, but he still has 30 interceptions. So he kind of just chucks it up and really doesn't care. It's either they catch it or they don't. Um, rushing, I mean, it's kind of close. So I've played my game, so TJ Logan is second, but he's definitely going to drop because I'm assuming Jonathan Taylor is going to pass him, and Fournette's already ahead of him. So
Yeah, I think Wizards still has to play his game too.
yeah, exactly. And so I kind of got screwed over in the rushing yards race just because I was supposed to play the Saints earlier in the week, and it ended up being a force win. So
Oh,
I didn't get any, like I only got like 50 yards with TJ Logan, which I normally get more than that in a game. So,
yeah.
and then because of yesterday, I ended up benching TJ Logan late in the third quarter.
Yeah, no reason to
Man,
possibly
Jonathan
get him
Taylor missed a
hurt.
game for injury, so he's behind you guys. I think
You're
he's
gonna,
leading in yards per carry, but
Yeah, 6.9.
Then I also, against the Bears, I think I benched him early in the second quarter. He had like 7 carries.
Yeah, so those
But I mean, he
games
did have
happen,
like
right?
160 yards though on those 7 carries or something, or 140 yards. But
Crazy. So yeah, I think Fournette might take the rushing yards. Touchdowns, it's gonna depend because I tend to get at least 2 a game with TJ Logan. So
I've been trying to catch you guys with Taylor.
if we look at the receiving yards, you got Danny Marrow, the rookie for the Giants, at 1,622 yards with 11 touchdowns. This is where you see why Waddle is the number 1 receiver or best receiver when you look at the ratings. He has 1,453 receiving yards, but he's also got 21 receiving touchdowns. So, rookie Charles Linder also has 21 receiving touchdowns. So some of these guys are just putting up crazy numbers when it comes to receiving. And again, it looks like it's a lot of maybe force feeding these guys the ball, kind of like how me Wizards or Colts force feed our running backs. So it depends on your play style, but John Ross, Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs, 1,000 yards on 23 receptions, 13 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And
1,000 speed, 0 awareness.
I like to force feed with my quarterback too. Unfortunately, it's to the defense.
Look at some defensive stats. Tackle Demario Davis. So tackle for loss. It's the Saints. Cameron Jordan with 22. That's pretty impressive, but at the same time, maybe not a good thing if your defense has to tackle that much. Aaron Donald is leading in sacks with 12. Brian Burns at 11.5. Trey Hendrickson at 11. And Daniil Hunter with 10, except he's not on the Vikings anymore.
No, sir.
Interceptions. So you got Ashton Davis at 18 interceptions on the season, which is ridiculous.
Wow.
So the good news is Ashton Davis is he's also been forced out of that sub linebacker spot.
That's gonna
So
help.
I think I don't think he's gotten an interception in a couple weeks now.
He just had a couple, I think, last week
Oh, okay.
So
Can't stop
when I
that.
was watching
update:
him.
24 seconds left in this game between the Jets and the Packers. Jets have the
And
ball.
the
Packers
Jets are
no.
gonna fucking score, baby.
Yeah, there's
Packers
actually
have no
4
timeouts.
seconds. There's actually a clock expired. Jets just kicked a field goal.
Oh, okay.
So
And
27-24, it's over.
woo!
So the Jets got the win.
Jets, Jets.
Crazy game.
I'm getting that Discord.
And Jets comes in here to write W. How many defensive touchdowns? I got you, my boy, Chris. Defensive touchdowns. Derwin James with 6. So, not a Charger anymore. He's actually with the Wizards. Mike Ford,
Yeah.
5. Ashton Davis, 4. Okay, the Wizards. He has another guy with 3. So, I mean, he's got a lot of defensive touchdowns. That's crazy. And obviously, I like looking at kickers just because I want to see what's the longest field goal on the season because I find it funny. And it's still Justin Tucker with a 64-yarder. Anything else you guys want to discuss, or if anybody's still in the chat, if you guys want to ask any questions, let us know. I feel like we got a good turnout though for 11 a.m. Normally it's at 7 p.m. The only reason why it's a bit earlier today is just because it's fantasy football playoffs and I won't be home. I'm actually going out to hang out with some of my friends, so that's why I decided to do it a little bit earlier.
No, okay, we're not friends anymore.
So Jets does have a question. I don't think I want to ask it, but
Nope, we don't want to answer.
So
I got what I needed from you.
be on the lookout for those Christmas gifts, is what Wizard said. So we're potentially getting Christmas
Oh, yeah.
gifts. Or
I still don't even know what they are, so.
I
interesting.
hope it's ice cream.
You're actually getting booted out of the league. That's the Christmas present.
Wouldn't
Right.
surprise me.
Okay, so I guess we'll end it on that for today. But I appreciate you guys coming on. If you want to ever be a part of the stream again, just let me know. Anybody else watching, if you want to be a part of it, just hit me up and I'll make it happen.
For
Yeah,
sure.
thanks for what you do, man. It's always
Yeah.
entertaining. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
You
Yeah,
as
you too.
well.
Go Eagles.